May you have hindsight to know where you've been. And may you have foresight to know where you're going. And may you have insight to know when you've gone too far. Sapare Badari. May God give you a three-dimensional view of understanding history, the past, review, reflection, and to have insight about where you are right now. Thank God that where you are is not who you are. Your destiny is about where you're called to be. It's not over till it's over. You ought to always be working on something. You show what you're waiting on by showing what you're working on. And you ought to just say, look, I'm working on something now. I'm working on something. I'm working on something. I may not have it right now, but I'm working on something that I shall see in heaven. I shall hear in heaven. I shall walk in heaven. You might not feel like you'll be able to do everything that you can do while you're down here, but there's something that you ought to be working on. I'm so excited for you now because of your Sapare Badari that's getting ready to rise up in your life. You're getting ready to see because you now are learning how to see. You don't just judge things for what it is. When you get a man in your life, a woman in your life, you better use Sapare Badari and know how to see. You better take some hindsight and see where they came from and some of their struggles and some of their addiction. You better understand some of their history because it may not be out of them just yet. And it helps you to count the cost. See, mama has better Sapare Badari. You just looking right now at what is and how good this looks. But mama said, who is his mama? Where's daddy? Who are his people? Where did he come from? I want to meet his people. There's a reason they want to meet your people. It's because they understand how to see. They understand that what you see on the surface is not always what you're dealing with in reality. It's like an iceberg. Only 10% is above the water. 90% is the stuff that you cannot see. And when you have Sapare Badari, you understand that it's not all that meets the eye. There's something in your heart that gives you a sensing and a knowing. You can't always explain to people, but when you have Sapare Badari, you learn to see with your heart things that your mind cannot even comprehend. And somebody might say, well, I don't understand why you don't like him, why you don't like her. It's because of Sapare Badari. It's because you're able to see in a dimension that you can't always explain, but you realize that this young woman is not right for my son, that this young man is not right for my daughter. Sapare Badari helps you to see something and know something. You're able to see past it, look behind it. You're able to have some insight right now, and you can get a pretty good insight of where they're going. You can look at the people that are around their life right now because your friends that you're with, you show me your friends and I'll show you your future. And you can look at the people that they're running with right now and prophesy about it. Sapare Badari, it gives a sweep between the past of where you've been, where you are right now, and then where you're going. And I'm just here to tell you, it's an unclouded day today. And God says, lift up your heads, O ye gates, and be ye lifted up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. I'm just here to tell you today that there's a brand new thing that's rising on the horizon.
Thank you for watching.